Applications for unemployment benefits rose last week for the first time in 4 months. Jobless benefit filings jumped as some states rolled back reopenings because of surges in coronavirus cases. Now, this marks the 18th straight week in which initial claims rose by more than 1 million. And states are seeing the biggest rise in cases. They're also seeing a big decline in business activity and people returning to work. So it's the common thread there. Joining me to go over what the employment picture looks like here at home, Executive Director of the Mahoning Columbiana County Workforce Development Board, Bert Seen. Bert, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You know, we talked to you the last time in April when we had, the shutdowns and the massive unemployment rate. And I want to know how we've maybe seen a turnaround from that, or are we seeing any type of recovery locally? Because we see the national numbers. It's kind of, something we wonder about here at home.
Well, actually, in our area, Mahoning and Columbiana counties, we're actually going in the right direction right now. Of course, that's subject to change with this dynamic issue going on with COVID. But if you look at the unemployment rate in Columbiana County in May, we were at 15.3%. In June, we dropped to 11.9%. And then in Mahoning County in May, we were at 15.3% also, and we've dropped to 13.2%. Now, the other indicator that we look at is initial claims, new claims. Back in March 21st, week of March 21st, Columbiana County registered 1,533 initial unemployment claims. Mahoning County was at 4,560. As of July 18th, Columbiana County is at 185 and Mahoning is at 529. So at least the indicators from our end are moving in the right direction.
Okay, well, that's at least some good news, amid a pandemic of bad news. It's just been rough. But with the end of that $600 extra money a week coming to an end at the end of the month here, do you think that that'll push more people into the workforce? And do you think that that'll bring this number down? Do you think it's going to be enough to incentivize people to go back to work right now?
Well, I think you could look at it a different way, a couple different ways. We don't know that. Obviously, again, it's a dynamic situation. The $600, the loss of the $600 will affect people, obviously. I think that some people that may have been on the fence with that will return to work in some capacity, but we don't know. Indications I have right now, what I'm hearing from the feds is that they may lower that to $400 a month. And obviously that's still significant for a lot of people. So we have to wait and see just how that's going to affect everyone. My concern with that is, and I don't know, but if you remember, when the unemployment system in the state of Ohio had to adjust the system for the $600 extra per week, they had to go through a whole conversion. I don't know what this would do if, in fact, they have to go to $400. It may not be in effect. We don't handle unemployment directly, but that's a concern that I have in the back of my mind anyway.
Yeah, I know a lot of employers are having a hard time even hiring folks because some are saying, we can't get enough people to apply. They just would rather, collect these benefits, which is tough to hear. But, I know a lot of people have a lot of uncertainties. What are the uncertainties, though? When you peel back the reasons why a lot of people aren't going to work, what's the main reason here in the Mahoning Valley? Is it parents that don't know if they can go to work because they have kids at home from school? Is it the fact they can't return to the jobs they had previously? What's the biggest problem?
Well, I wish I had the definitive answer for you. I don't, but I think it's a little bit of everything. You have that issue with parents going back, not having, taking care of their young people. Then you have people that their jobs may have been abolished. Who knows? In some cases, and then you've got people again sitting on the fence. I'm sure there are people. We've always had an issue with individuals that were on unemployment. They would wait till unemployment runs out and then they'd come in to look for work. And my advice to everyone has always been the best way to look for work is when you're working. You don't want to wait till your unemployment exhausts. But again, with this scenario, we've never been in these waters before. And so we're trying to plan for every scenario that's out there.
Yeah. Do you think that the $400, if they lowered it to $400, that would still keep unemployment pretty high in your opinion?
I think it would still affect it. If people were getting the 400, if those individuals, were getting 6 and were sitting back, I think that 4 may not be incentive for them to come back. But that's just my judgment call at this time.
All right. Well, I really appreciate your insight, especially amid times where we're not certain what to do. A lot of medical experts are saying one thing and politicians are urging another. Who knows where we're going to end up? So I really appreciate your time this morning.
Not a problem. Thank you.